and welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we're talking about ways to make tough choices easier. Hey Janine.
Hey Shannon, how you doing?
Great, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Wonderful.
We're recording this Thanksgiving week, and Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, so I'm happy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We are having a little bit of a delayed Thanksgiving that I think is going to end up being a Middle Eastern feast.
Well, that sounds amazing. Was that a tough choice?
No.
Excellent, good.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, yum yum yum.
Well, and we just, we were thinking about it like we want to have all the kids together with us. We haven't had all the kids with us for a long time. And so we just figured, when could they all be with us? And it worked out to be Friday at lunch. And so it made that decision very easy.
Oh, that's great. That's going to be really special.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be really nice. But it seems like there's a lot of things we have to make choices about right now.
Yeah. I feel like that's all I do anymore.
Choose.
Yeah, choose. And I guess I'm fortunate that I have choices.
Yes.
But it's draining.
Yeah, it really can be. And it uses up a lot of executive function if you have to put a lot into making a choice, mm-hmm. And it makes it harder to make choices later. You sort of only have so much decision-making capability in a day. Right.
And all decisions aren't created equal, right? So
yes.
But that's why they fire all those questions at you at the end of when you buy a car, right?
Yeah, right.
You get to decide whether you need the gap, all the whatevers, extended warranties, because you've been so worn down in your brain for making decisions. Yeah.
And next thing you know, you buy the undercoating and the extended warranty and
yep. We did one. Some weird windshield protection. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I agree with you. It's like if we can let as many decisions as possible be easy, that's so that we can handle the actual difficult decisions. Or they're all difficult maybe, but
right. But the more crucial, the more
critical.
Critical, that's the word I was trying to come up with. I knew it was a word.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, sort of recognizing the decisions that aren't critical so you can save your brain power for the ones that are.
Right, and setting yourself up to let it be easy, like what pops to my mind is deciding what I'm going to have for breakfast before I go to bed, or mm-hmm. deciding what I'm going to wear the night before, or what have you, so that becomes easier. Even, it's weird. Even though I wear the same thing all the time, I still think about what I'm going to wear.
Well, because you have to pick which dress you're going to put on, which wool dress you're going to put on.
Well, that's right.
And what you're going to wear with it.
Right. I wore the same wool dress for 30 days. I just finished a 30-day challenge.
Oh, right.
And even that. It was a striped dress, so I didn't have a lot of choices, but I still would think about it before I go. Give it some thought.
Was that thinking about it like it was fun, or thinking about it and it was stressful?
It wasn't actually. It was kind of fun. I will say that I was surprised that having chosen the striped dress, which I like, it's zippy, I got sick of it because I couldn't do much with it accessorizing wise. I did one day.
Except for wear other dresses over the top of it.
Yeah, one day I wore 2 striped dresses, Shannon.
Whoa!
I didn't wear it out of the house.
Picture it didn't happen.
Yeah, I had to take a picture because I had to take a picture every day. So I'll show you.
Oh, right.
But I didn't wear it outside the house because I wasn't sure. But anyway, because my choices are so limited, I don't get overwhelmed when it comes time to get dressed. But if I were to have an appointment that I was concerned about what I might wear, it helps me if I plan the night before.
Yes, me too. And I had to start eating breakfast. I hadn't been eating breakfast for a long time and was really sort of happy about that. And I need to start eating breakfast so I can take a medication. And I'm not hungry in the morning.
That's tough.
And nothing sounds good. So I would be like, I have to eat. And it turned into this whole big thing. And stressful. And so I just started making overnight oats.
Yay!
And I heat them up because it's winter now. So in the morning I heat it up and I have my little mix that I put in there and I love it. And it's always satisfying and I feel really good about eating it and I don't have to think about it. I love being able to get up and just eat it.
That is so great, right? That is so great. You don't have to do any work either because it's overnight oats. You do it the night before. Oh, smart. So you're on automatic pilot doing this thing that was giving you angst.
Yes. And even so much so that last night I headed up to bed and then I realized I hadn't made them yet. And I went back downstairs and made them so that I would have them for this morning.
Do you make it every day?
I do.
Barry, when I jumped off the overnight oats bandwagon. I think I'll have to jump back on. You're inspiring me. But when I was doing that, Barry was like, why don't you make 4 days worth? And then you don't have to make it every day. I'm like, I don't know.
I sort of like the routine of doing it every day.
Well, it does help get it ingrained.
Yeah, because if I don't do something like that every day, then I'm more likely to forget it than remember it.
It's so true. It's true of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
just do that. And my recipe is very simple. Half a cup, I use a pint, wide mouth pint jar.
Pint.
Pint. Half a cup of oats. And then I just fill the jar up to the 1 cup mark with milk. And a pinch of salt and put it in the refrigerator.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. And then in the morning I heat it up and then I add what I'm going to have with it. But and what I've been eating, you probably would not like this. But do you know what golden milk is? It's like turmeric and...
I actually have heard of it. I don't like the sound of it.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
Just the name I don't like.
Yeah, but it's like turmeric and ginger and then it's sort of what I've concocted is kind of a golden milk masala chai mix. So it's like a bunch of spices and stuff.
In liquid form?
No, powder.
No, powder?
And I just put so then the next morning I put a spoonful of that. I heat it up first, then I put a spoonful of that. 2 scoops of powdered collagen and walnuts. And that's what I eat. It's not sweet. It's more more savory than sweet, which I enjoy in the morning. So it's perfect.
Oh, that's great. And again, you're not making any choices. I just have to throw out there that my overnight oats had yogurt in it and also milk. And I would add chopped nuts and I want to say chia seeds. Yes, definitely chia seeds. That would go in. Yeah, to make it thicker. I don't remember now. See, I can't even remember. That's terrible. And usually apple. That's it. Boom. I remembered the apple. But that's great. I love that. And I love also that I brought up breakfast without knowing you actually had a fantastic example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes it so much easier. And then I can, use my brain for things that matter much more than what I eat for breakfast.
Exactly.
And I do sort of am wishing that, I essentially have a uniform. I put on pants and a t-shirt pretty much every day. But I do spend more time thinking about what to put on than I think it deserves. So it would be sort of nice to narrow down those choices so that, when it comes to hard things like, we were just talking about insurance, that's that's a choice. It's a big choice that has a lot of moving pieces that, it's not ever going to be perfect, but you do want to get the really good enough choice.
Yes, right, exactly. You do want to be able to focus on the options and not just pin the tail on the donkey, which is what I want to do. Well, I'm choosing insurance from the exchange right now. But yeah, so now, right. And the other thing is, as I'm thinking about it, for me anyway, making those tough choices, it's nice when you know the part of the day where you're at your peak capacity, right? So that's the kind of choice, like health insurance specifically, that I would put off till the afternoon because it's unpleasant to think about. But really, I would be smart to do it in the morning when I actually have brain cells going on still.
Well, and also I wonder if it would be helpful to sort of break it down by task. Instead of I have to pick a health insurance, but I want to look at 3 options that because I'm concerned about this particular kind of coverage or something like that. To narrow your parameters so it's not everything that you're paying attention to.
Yeah, and maybe figure out what aspects are the most important to me. So that'll eliminate a lot of choices right there, I would think.
So, some people may care the most about prescription coverage. Some people want to make sure that they have, alternative care coverage, like for acupuncture or chiropractic or something. Other people may have different needs. And so sort of identifying what is most important to you, what problem you're trying to solve with this might help you approach making the decision with a smaller amount of options that will work. Narrow it down in advance.
Right. No, I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, I've been trying to work with an agent to have him narrow it down, but it's not working out that well. So I think I'm going to take that advice and hit that healthcare.gov website on my own and see how it works out.
Yeah.
But no, narrowing choices is always the key to letting go of overwhelm. And overwhelm is the thing that makes, for me anyway, decisions so hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then there's that whole thing about being a optimizer or a satisficer. And if you fall into the satisficer category, then it's much easier to make a decision because you're naturally wanting to come up with a good enough decision. But in some things, even if you are generally a satisficer, which I think you generally are, it's really easy to fall into that optimizer thing where it's like you have to find the best choice. And that makes it much more complicated.
Right, absolutely. And I think a lot of people who have perfectionistic tendencies tend to fall into that optimizer category.
Right.
Yeah. And we should mention that this topic came up because a listener shared with us an article on, all about overcoming, what did they call it? Overload, decision overload?
Choice overload, I think.
Choice overload, right. So we'll share a link in the show notes to that article,
yes.
Which is interesting. Sort of a more scientific or academic approach than our conversations.
Well, and it talks about some of the different biases that it's easy to fall into when you're making decisions that make them more complicated and feel more overwhelming. So thank you, Elise, for sharing that piece with us.
Yes, thank you.
But I think like those are sort of the main things to make tough choices easier. Is one, to save your brain power for the things that really are tough choices, and allow yourself to let less crucial choices be easy. And then figure out how to reduce your options for the tougher choices.
And really, once again, get in touch with what's important to you so that will help guide your decisions.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and I think that helps you narrow down your options to begin with, even before you make a decision. Like you said, like, with your insurance conundrum, what are the 2 or 3 things that you really need to have that are really important to you in terms of insurance, and then identifying those things first. And perhaps even just, going until you find 3 policies that meet those, and then picking between those policies.
Right. Yep. And really, everything in life, getting in touch with what's important to you is helpful.
Yes. Pretty much every day.
Yep.
So we would love to hear from you, our listeners. How do you make tough choices easier? You can let us know by heading over to gettingtogoodenough.com and leave a comment in the show notes. You can subscribe to our show notes at gettingtogoodenough.com and reply to the email that you get every week. You can also go to Facebook or Instagram at Getting to Good Enough. You can call 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. Until next time, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Continuing to do this podcast is never a tough choice.
Oh, that's nice. I agree.